Okay, good day everyone. Good day, Dr. Ho. Today I would like to present the group project for the sustainable manufacturing. So before I presented our project, I would like to introduce all of the team members of the group project. Our group leaders is Muhammad Hasrul, Rosli, uh, Waren Idi is me myself, and Razali bin Hamat. Okay, next. Okay, so the project titles for our group project is development of an assessment tools for Rivian company using a house of quality. So we are going to use a house quality to do the sustainable assessment. All right, next. So the introductions. Next. Okay, so the introductions. In today's industry, product design is becoming the primary focus in extremely competitive and rapidly expanding global market. So customer certification, shorter design and development time, improved quality, and lower product costs are the benchmark used to determine a manufacturing company competitiveness. Products is very important to consider the customer requirement. So in order to get this data, we need to do a survey on the customer requirement, on how convenient the product that they use, how sustain the product that they use. So through this data, we can do assessment to come out with a rating. So this one I will be explain in the methodology. And a common definitions of the sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without jeopardizing future generations' abilities to meet their own needs. The three interconnected pillars of sustainable are frequently mentioned, which is social, economical, and environmental. So in order for a company to achieve sustainability of their project, of their product, sorry, so they have to consider the three pillar, which is the social, environmental, and economic. So in terms of social, so health and safety of the consumer is the priority of the company. Second is the environmental impact. So they have to ensure that the environment it doesn't have a bad impact to the environment. They can reduce the bad impact to the environment. For the economical, they have to consider the cost, the processing costs, the transportation fee for the product, and the cost they to make their product. Okay, so in order to achieve this sustainability. Okay, next. So what is the problem statement that this company face? Okay, next. For Rivian company, as every company wanted to come up with the demand of productions without harming the environment, Rivian company, which is one of the companies that manufactured electrical vehicles, wanted to join the challenge to meet the productions and preserve the environment requirement. So they want to have a good productions, but at the same time they want to reduce the environmental impact of the product. So, however, in order to implement that sustainability standard, so from the three pillars, assessment on product sustainability is required. Information and sufficient valid data will be gathered and applied as input into assessment tools to come out with a rating and marks, which will be analyzed into a product sustainability elements. So from this project, we want to create an assessment tools to the Rivian company. So in order to do that, we need to have to gather informations through a survey from the customers on their feedback on this Rivian's product. Okay, next. So the objective of this project is to assist Rivian company in developing an assessment tools to evaluate and propose improvements to their product. Okay, so this is the objective. Next. So background of the selected strategy. Okay, a background of the selected strategy, plethora of methods and tools have been developed in the design of environmental friendly product. So there is a life cycle assessment, of quality, and any other tools. As for the case study, house of quality will be selected to evaluate the product sustainability assessment. So what is a house of quality? It's using a technical and competitive benchmarking data and have a design that resembles the outline of a house. Okay, that is the structure of the house of quality diagram. Okay, it's widely regarded as the primary tools used during the quality function deployments to aid in group decisions making. So through these tools, decision makings of the product can be made. So in this house of quality, a company accept a contract to evaluate a new server system design in order to meet a customer increased demand for faster response times and better informations management. So this company select a group of employee and technical students having the professionals and technical knowledge to ensure the customer requirements are met lah. Okay, so the voice of customer. So through the voice, through the survey, through the feedback, we get their feedback and informations in order to be our raw data to go into these assessment tools. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the examples of the house of qualities with labeling. So we have customer needs, critical customer requirement, customer rating, performance target, and so on. Okay, next. Okay. Hash or queue methods are better for implementations later in the design process because they frequently necessitated a large amount of data when a product design is more established in which material, components, and processes are specified. So through this project, we are going to propose the improvement method to review company for them to decide. Okay, for the next slide, I would like to invite Mr. Razali to present to us.
Thank you, Steve, for your presentation. I will continue my presentation, my part about methodology. So my name is Razali. Okay, for methodology, basically we have a few methods that we have used in this project. So basically the primary, I continue with the primary objective of this study is to quantify the process of establishing an assessment tool for evaluating and proposing improvement to the Rivian company electric vehicle product sustainability. The necessary primary data were gathered via a self-administrated questionnaire that include various items on 5-point like type, scale ranging from 1 equal to no way, 3 equal to wouldn't bother me, 5 equal to yes. So basically we have put 3 range of selected method to our interview. So the next one about the focusing on examining the factors influencing electrical vehicle use intention. A Malaysian empirical study to engage in the survey about 20 questionnaire were delivered to Malaysian driver and engineers. So we have make a 20 question method. We have made 20 question questionnaire to be answered by the Malaysian driver and also engineers. And then the next one about to ensure the respondent perception were based on past vehicle driving experience and possession of a valid private vehicle driving license. The questionnaire was distributed solely to respondents with prior vehicle driving experience and a valid private vehicle driving license. 2 sections comprise the questionnaire. The first half focused on demographic characteristic, while the other sections examine the factors influencing the propensity to utilize electric vehicle. Majority of respondents come from Perak and the federal territories like Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. So basically, we have select three majority from 3 residents: Perak, Kuala Lumpur, and Putrajaya. And the next one, the difference in feedback between these two types of vehicle represented as the EV, electric vehicle, and non-EV, non-electric vehicle. This analysis of the wheel determined for significantly important sustainability at the product design before a product can be rated as sustainable product. Okay, next. So, a few aspects we have addressed in this questionnaire. We have focusing. The first one about attitude toward electric vehicle. The second aspect influencing the acceptance. The third one, the purchase intention, electrical range coverings, acceptance and experience of electrical specific features, especially performance, price of electrical vehicle, evaluation and requirement analysis of electrical safety fire hazard, charging time of the battery, usage and acceptance of public charging infrastructure, service center and spare part, and lastly, cargo capacity. So these are a few characteristics that we have put in our questionnaire. Try to get the feedback from what the answer have been giving to our customer. We try to get the feedback from them, and then from the answer we try to analyze what the customer need, and from customer need we try to giving the tool assessment to the Raven company in order to achieve the sustainability improvement for their company. Next. So this was data methodology. So basically we have developed a few steps. The first one, identify criteria what people want from electric vehicle. And after that, we forming the survey that affect the outcome of our study. If yes, we list down the key point voice of customer, what they want. If yes, also we establish half a quality assessment method. And lastly, if yes, we identify the key factor improvement and propose. So basically, if you look back on the second step, if we forming the survey that affect the outcome of our study is no, so the outcome is not achieved for our target. So if no, also we need to process improve our question banks. Okay, next. So this is for data. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the question we have put in our survey. The question we have tried to make our customer to answer. So there are a few questions, almost about 20 questions. So the first one we ask about their current vehicle, if they use the gasoline type of vehicle, diesel, electric, hybrid, also the other type of vehicle. And then we ask about what the kind of vehicle they prefer, even their efficiency or performance. Some people like efficiency, some people like performance, like sport car. Some people don't like too much to sport car, they like more to constant to steady car, like efficiency car. And other like we also ask what type of the our user use right now their car. Is it their car they use car, truck, SUV, van, or other vehicle? And then we ask them about their how they daily communication, daily using their car. Even we starting from 0 to 16 kilometer, and the maximum about 64 kilometer above. Okay, next. So this another question. So like we say, we focusing about 3 states, but also other the other state have joined this questionnaire. Okay, the next one we ask about the if a few specific about the Rivian, if the Rivian offer about the lower price, is it if Rivian company offer lower price, is it they want to purchase this electric vehicle? We also ask about the battery performance. Battery performance we compare with the price of the electric vehicle. The other question we ask about the range. Is it if electric vehicle improve the battery performance, is it they can try want to achieve to purchase this electric vehicle as made by Rivian company. Okay, next. So these are one what part of the question we have been asked. So basically, all these question we have been all this data will be put in our tool of assessment that will be presented my teammate after this. Okay, next. Okay, this the last question we asked about the if they want to switch to electric vehicle, is it they want to electric? So some have given some opinion answer, but most of them really want to change to electric vehicle, but depend for certain criteria. Okay, next. Okay, that's all from me. I will passing the next presentation to my partner, Ms. Encik Hasrul. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Razali. So my part will be covering on decision support tools development. Uh, so I will proceed.
Okay, so I will continue on the decision support tools development. So basically, after we have done about 2 meetings, so we have decided to use Microsoft Excel in order for us to able to help Rivian company to uh, make them easier so that they can use our tools for support. So this is the main body of the decision support tool. So it basically consists of 8 tabs: the introduction, the how to use, the customer needs, though how the product will satisfy the customer needs, the house of quality itself, which is the main body, and also after the house of quality have made its calculation, uh, there are another tab called score rating of the key factors or the customer needs, and after that they will rank the final rank of the customer needs that Rivian company must tackle first in order for them to create a better electric vehicle. And the last part is the acknowledgement. This is for our team because I think we have done a splendid job, even though we are currently working full time. Uh, so I will continue. So basically, when the Rivian company or the users open the Microsoft Excel, there will be two phase here. So they need to press start in order to read the instruction on how they can use these decision support tools. So next I will press start. So after I press start, so there are like 5 tabs here that they need to fulfill in order to use these support tools. So basically, the how to use is actually will be able to guide the user from the Rivian company so that they can key in or insert everything that the house of quality needed to rank the customer needs based from sustainability. So the first one is they can insert the what customer wants or the customer needs. So the customer needs are basically taken from the voice of customers previously that we have done from 20 questionnaire that have been delivered to engineers and also drivers, Malaysian drivers. So I will click here. So these are the tab for the customer needs. So we have taken 10 customer needs from our questionnaire. So we insert, user can insert the 10 customer needs, and what the user needs to do is after they have listed all the customer needs, for example 10, they need to rate the customer needs based from 1 least important to 10 most important. These customer needs they can rate based from their own knowledge, experience, or they can rate the customer needs based from the voice of customers that they have done before. So we have rate all the customer needs. The first one will be the prices of the EV, and the last one will be the EV range covering. Okay, so after the users have filled in all the criteria, the customer needs, and also the ratings, they need to click the back button to the previous tab, that is the how to use. So they have done the first part. Okay, now they need to insert the second part, is they need to insert how the product will satisfy the customers, meaning they need to show how they need to fulfill all the customer needs that they have inserted in the customer needs button. So I will click the second tab here. So how the product will satisfy. So the first one is the percentage of the current EV user. Second is the type of car. The three, performance or efficiency. 4, weight, size and shapes. 5, automatic safety fire hazard system. 6, the battery size, the bigger equal to more power. 7, higher price of EV for supercharging stations. 8, one service center for every sales center. 9, minimum size of 4 luggages per EV. And eco-friendly and cost saving. So these are 10 of the how they can fulfill all the customer needs based from the VOC. So after the user from Rivian have key in this, they need to click back button. Okay, after they have proceed to the second one, they need to proceed to the third, that is to directly to the house of quality. Okay, these are the house of quality project. So as you can see here, it look like a house, as what Steve mentioned before. So the customer needs are basically here. Okay, I will continue on the house of quality. So it looks like a house. First thing they need to see is the customer needs they have entered before will be automatically added in this column. Okay, the attitudes towards EV up until the aspects influencing the acceptance. So these are all the 10 customer needs that they have key in before. Okay, so on the customer needs button, they also have key in the rating. Okay, the rating will be also automatically insert as well. The first one is the prices of the EV, as I mentioned before, and the last one is the EV range covering. Okay, so these two the user from Rivian need to see first, to check first if they actually match the list that they have insert before in the customer needs tab here. Okay, next they have to see the column here as well. Okay, these are the 10 house that they can actually tackles the 10 customer needs, from the percentage of current EV user up until eco-friendly and cost saving. Okay, so the customer needs here will be they need to see the relationship between the customer needs here and also the house here. If the relationship between these two is strong, they need to select here the black dot. Okay, if the relationship is moderate, they need to select the white dot. If the relationship is weak, then or not related to each other, then they need to select the triangle. Okay, so the attitudes towards EV is actually have a strong relationship between the and the number percentage of current EV user. Meaning if the percentage of current EV user is high, meaning there are actually the attitudes they actually accept the EV car. Okay, so I will not go through one by one, so I will proceed with the next. Okay, what they need to see next is the relationship between the house or the alternative that we have provided to Rivian, the core relationship between one by one of this alternative. For example, the box here is between the percentage of current EV user and also the type of car. So the reason why we select positive is because, as you can see the correlations here, there are three types of relations. The first one is the positive, negative, and no correlation. Blank box meaning no correlation, the negative box meaning negative correlations, while the positive box meaning the positive correlations. So positive correlations meaning these two alternative actually helps each other. Okay, helps each other. So if let's say they implement these two, or they study these two, it actually helps each other. So there are no there are mutual benefits. Okay, so if let's say the correlations is negative, meaning they cancel each other. For example here, as you can see, the weight uh, size and shapes have a negative correlation with the battery size, meaning if let's say the battery size is much bigger, so it will compensate on the weight, size and shapes of the EV. Meaning the weight must be higher, size will be bigger, and shapes will be much bigger lah. Okay, so they need to consider the battery size. So these two are actually example of the negative correlation. Okay, no correlation meaning they don't have any relationship, they don't have any positive, they don't have any negative. It's just that they don't fit, they don't help, they don't cancel each other. Okay, after all these all these relationship and also correlations have been determined by the user. Okay, how can they determine this? Basically, the user must have high knowledge and also experience in order to understand this alternative and also the customer needs. If let's say they don't understand, then they might have a problem in keying this data into the house of quality. So next is they need to see the technical importance rating. Here are actually the score rating that the house of quality have calculated based from the relationship that they have entered. Okay, this relationship and also these correlations. So the house of quality will calculate. After that, they will score the customer needs based from the highest and the lowest to the lowest. Based from here, you can see that the highest will be this one, the technical importance. The technical importance rating, the highest one will be now the 372.73, which is the attitudes towards EV and also the percentage of current EV user. So these have the highest relationship. Okay, highest score rating. And next we see the lowest one. The lowest one will be the 60 here. Okay, the 60 here will be the lowest score rating. That is the which one number 8. Number 8 will be the service center and spare parts, and these two, service center and spare part. Okay, these have the lowest relationship, have the lowest score rating from the house of quality calculation. Okay, actually this house of quality it is meant for a bigger solutions, that if let's say Rivian have introduced different model, so they can actually use house of quality to differentiate, to see which model actually the best model. So they can use this tab, the competitor, the product name, the competitor 2 is actually they can select the data from other model, or they can actually benchmark their product to another product from another company. Okay, so actually Rivian house of quality is actually a big support tools that they can use in order to provide them more knowledge, more understanding of how they can improve their electrical vehicle or their another products. Okay. Okay, next, after the house of quality have we have seen, we have calculate, so we click back to the how to use tab. So 4 is to check the score rating of the key factors based from the house of quality calculation. Okay. Okay, based from the house of quality calculation, it will automatically insert the scores that they have calculated from the house of quality. Okay, as you can see here, the customer needs here, and also the scores here. Okay, and the rank are actually not sort out yet, because this ranking is actually ranked by house of quality. Okay, the first one is the attitude towards EV, and the last one will be EV safety fire hazard, because it has the lowest scores. Okay. Okay, after we have seen this, we have checked the scores match the customer needs, so we click back and we need to see the final rank of the key factors or the customer needs. Okay. Okay, these are the final rank. So the tools already rank the customer needs, so users from Rivian need to select the approach they need in order to tackle first. Okay, the 10 is the least concern for them as of now. They don't need to concern about the AV safety fire hazard, meaning they need to focus on the attitudes towards EV. So if let's say the users from the Malaysian drivers are not actually keen to use electrical vehicle, meaning if they don't settle this, they cannot produce any more electric vehicle. So they need to promotes they need to do promotes in order to adjust the attitudes and understandings of the Malaysian drivers towards EV. Okay, this is what it means. Okay, the least concern is the EV safety fire hazard. They don't need to concern this first, they need to settle this first. So these support tools will decide the rank of the customer needs that they need to focus on. Okay, so these attitudes up until EV safety fire hazard, the Rivian company can actually see which sustainability approach they need to use. Okay, they need to use, for example, the attributes towards EV, they can actually use the design for sustainability. For example, the charging time of the battery, they can use design for recycling. They need to select which sustainability approach they need to use in order to tackle all these customer needs first. So this decision support tool will only provide the rank of the customer needs, and Rivian will select the approach, sustainability approach they can use to tackle this rank, this most important customer needs. Okay, after they have used this, okay, finish, meaning they have finished all the process, they have finished using all the support tool. Okay, if you click finish here, this is just a acknowledgement to our team, which consists of me, myself, my friend Steve, and also Razali. So we hope that it could ease the Rivian companies to evaluate and propose improvements to their product. Okay. Okay, I will continue on the discussion I have provided earlier inside the support tools. Okay, the conclusion is based from the decision support tools. Actually, the house of quality, we are using the house of quality as a standard guideline, so to determine the highest priority and rank of customer needs, so that Rivian could actually select which approach they need to tackle. So sustainability concept will be able to be implemented in all of the customer needs. As we learned before, the needs must be related to the sustainability concept. For instance, the car battery can be implemented in the concept of design for environment. And the car battery also can be implemented in the design for recycling. Okay. Next, thus by having the support tools, it will actually act as a calculated judgmental system to implement various sustainability manufacturing approach on each of the customer needs. Because as we know, we are a human being. For sure, if we don't have much experience or we don't have much knowledge, then we will be able to face a problem by we are actually confused how can we tackle all those customer needs. But actually in reality, we actually need to tackle the most important one, or the three most, or the five most important one, and then we can select another customer need that we need to tackle step by steps. So I think from our point of view, I think these support tools actually will greatly improve the decision making of Rivian company to propose improvement to their product. Okay, these are the references that we have used, all of these. Okay, that's all from us. Hopefully we are able to explain, we are able to clear your mind of our support tools. How can we actually use these support tools to assist Rivian company in order for them to make decision, a better decision, and also propose improvements to their product. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.